The other day, your husband was here. I don't know. I'm addressing him as your husband. Is that fine?
Well, he's still my husband, so we're still
Okay.
married, you know? So
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay. So your husband was here. This is your
So,
picture, right?
yes.
Okay. But I'm going to use this. And he told his side of the story. And I told him that day, I said, look, I try to be as fair as possible. And I want everyone to have an opportunity to air their side of the story. So we want to hear from you.
Yeah,
But before we even start, I'd like you to introduce yourself first of all. Tell us a little bit about you, and then we can go into the questioning proper.
sure. Yeah. So, just a brief summary of who I am. I am, from the United States. I live in California. I do have two children, and but they're not with me. My father is an American. My mother is from the Philippines, but she passed away a long time ago. So I actually never met my mom. So I grew up with grandparents. Like I said, my dad, but we originally from Ireland. So yeah, so I'm mixed of the being Filipino, Ireland, Irish, to be honest with you.
Mm.
And I am a clinical psychologist, and I'm working in clinical research. Been doing that for quite some time. And, and that's who I am. And I'm married to Kess at the moment. At the moment.
Mm.
So we're having issues, and kind of went a little bit south, like really bad.
Mm.
And, I did watch the video, and I posted some on my Instagram to correct everything that he said that are opposite, that's supposedly the truth. He
Mm.
did not say the truth. So all of the evidence are there on my Instagram. He tried to reach out to me this morning, but I didn't see it. So that's pretty much, I don't know why he was trying to reach out to me this morning. I think it's because he saw all of those proofs that he said that doesn't exist, or the opposite of what he's trying to say. So I'm a kind of person like, okay, you say this, I'll give you the truth, and I'll give you what I have, and that they're posted in my Instagram. And here I am now to give you my side. I don't want to not answer any questions, and so ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Let us start with the first question. How did you meet Kess?
I met Kes actually Facebook. I saw a story that it is his birthday, so I saw an Instagram post from a friend of mine that she posted this guy, and I said, I thought I saw that guy before in on Facebook, and so then I noticed that he's in my story. It was his birthday, so I greeted him a happy birthday, in which he responded back, "Thank you." And that was that. And then a few days later, reached out because I saw another story. I asked him for the title of the song that was playing in his story, and he told me that it's techno, and the title. And then we just started talking, saying hi to each other. I still have it, actually. I kept the messenger. It was from Messenger. I kept the conversation, and we just kind of grew from there.
Okay, because he said you reached out to him first.
Yes, I did. I said, happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, how did you guys get married? He said you were the one who suggested that you guys should get married to
Mhm.
help with visas for him. Can you throw some lights on that?
Sure. That's kind of weird that he would say that way, but the actual truth was January 16th, he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I have that text as well. He said, would you like to be my girlfriend? And before that, we were talking already every day, like, sweet nothings, got to know him a little bit more and me. And then to the point he asked me to be his girlfriend. And, for me, it's like this guy's, I thought, like, very handsome guy, very sweet, very kind, and he was building his house at that time. And I'm like, well, that's very admirable that for somebody to be building a house from the ground up, you know. And I shared experience with him about my house here in California. So yeah, and that's pretty much how it started. He asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said, yeah, why not? Let's see where it goes. So every day we talk, every single day, every night we talk. I don't think there's a day we didn't talk. You know, and then he said, when can I see you? When can I meet you? And I'm like, you know, pushing it out like the months, depending, because I was going to school at that time. And I said, you know, maybe during the spring break. Spring break here is around April. So meaning that we are on vacation, the students are on vacation. So I offered the end of April, so pretty much. And he said, yeah. And so that's what I did. About the marriage thing, you know, we were already being close together. So when I visited there, I told him that, you know, for us to be able to move forward, if he wants to be with me, I said, you know, we can do fiance. But he, you know, he, at this point, we already been talking about marriage. And, you know, because we pretty much, well, I should say, not in love, but loving one another. And he knows I'm an American. So I said, okay, why not? Why not? And, you know, I visited him and he wanted to take me to his hometown. And his hometown, you know, in Benin or Olugbo, the moment that we arrived, you know, it seems like something, there was a commotion or something. He said he wanted to see my room. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And I said, sure, you know, I've never been there. Of course, I want to see your room where I'm going to sleep. I walked in and there's balloons and candles and will you marry me? Big sign on the window. I turn around and he's down on his knees with a ring. And it was very, very sweet, you know, romantic. So I accept his proposal. And that's on the video too. I have that video that he proposed. So from there, you know, I was supposed to leave like, you know, the middle of the month of May, or no, almost at the end of the month of May. So we were discussing when we're going to do this. He said, you're already here in the country. I don't have gowns. I don't have nothing, no, not prepared. His sister suggested for us just to go to court or rent the gowns, but he already applied for the application and everything is ready. And all I have to do is get dressed and show up to the courthouse. So that's the plan. We planned that, we discussed it. But to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you. We got married May 14th. That's our anniversary, May 14th. May 12th, we got into a big, big fallout because I saw something that I didn't like, you know, which was, he was hiding a lot of videos and stuff on his phone that kind of triggered, like, you know, is this guy sincere or what?
What kind of videos was he hiding?
You know, girls, like naked
Oh,
videos of girls, like
oh.
they're dancing, you know, photos of different girls. They're like this, like what we are now. They're what do you call it? Video calling, but he recorded it somehow. And I questioned him and he couldn't come up with an excuse. And, you know, he said his past is his past, whatever he does, it shouldn't matter. You know, so at that point we got into a big argument and I packed up my bag and I wanted to leave. But then here I am in the middle of nowhere that I don't know where I'm at. So I was stuck. His brother came back and tried to save and salvage, like, you know, talk to me, counseled me, like just to calm down, you know, to tell me that, you know, those are his past and whatever it was on his phone, maybe he just kept it for memory. So I took that, I accepted it. We talked. And so 2 days later, here we are getting married. And with the hope that, you know, whatever I saw, you know, on the phone is really his past. So then we got married May 14th. I think May 16th or May 17th, I left to come back here because I do have a job and I go to school. So that's pretty much how we got married.
Okay. He said that throughout your marriage or relationship, you never gave him any substantial amount of money. That yes, there were the occasional, I stand to be corrected. I don't know if you watched my interview with him.
Yes, I did all of it.
Okay. He did say that there were occasional $100 for his mom, or but there was nothing substantial, nothing like you gave him $45,000 or $5,000. There were just
No,
little things.
I think it was misconstrued that I didn't give him just a flat out like here's $45,000, or there was a misconstrued also about the 10 million, or here's 10 million for him. No, it wasn't like that. We've been together for 3 years. So, but for the 3 years, accumulation of everything from day one that always been there for him. He was building a house, right? So expenses and stuff. So, whatever that he needed help with, I gave. So pretty much, yeah, 100, 200, I'm sorry, there's a lot of flying in my face. $300, just like, I don't question those. I am a very good person, so kind. And when he was telling me that, building the house to get it done, of course I helped here and there. And then plus, like I said, we got married. I have all those apps. Like I have, before I would use World Remitly, there's Remitly, now it's Sendwave, all of these things accumulated, because my lawyer said, put it all together. And I did. So I came up with more than 40,000, trying to accumulate everything that I've sent this guy. Not because of, just because that I wanted to add everything up. It just came to that point because of what happened, that I have to file because I felt like I was scammed from the beginning. And, I have to be reporting that to the U.S. Embassy. I have to report that to the police command. So it was a necessary step for me to get all this documentation together for them. And then I've added everything up. But it's true, like for the whole month of September, I've been sending money here and there, everything being deposited in an account. I posted on in my Instagram some of those receipts. I can't do everything, every statement. So I posted some that I thought, okay, here we are. Right here, it's available right now, the statement. And you can see that I'm transferring money. And some people were saying, you're doing this every other day. When he was at the house, when the house was already built, his TV broke, so here, I bought him a brand new big TV. Generator broke. Okay, here, I bought a brand new generator. He started a water company, the Ace Water Company. And, pretty much he's got employees. No income, no revenue was coming in. I paid a couple of his employees for their monthly earned income, 50,000 naira here and there. Those are something that I shouldn't even be adding up, to be honest with you. But I had no choice but to think about everything I gave for the sake of just reporting to the embassy that I've been scammed and it's a scam marriage. I'm basically a bank account, an ATM card, and hopefully the visa. So that's pretty much to explain the funds. It's right there as proof that I'm not lying. I heard the interview with you that I've never given him more than anything, $500 or something like that. Nothing like that. He even, slammed his hand on the bed or something. That I've never given him anything more than that. And just what I posted as a copy of all those receipts, I have evidence. I have statements. So
You have evidence of little amount of 100 here, 300 here, 200 here that
500,
came up.
600, 700 is there. Yes.
Okay, and you counted the money and it came to a total of about
Yeah,
$40,000. Is that what you're trying to
estimated at
say?
that. Close, I think between 43 or 43,500, to be honest with you. I don't have the statement here with me because I handed it over to the lawyer that I met up with, but I can do it again if I have to reprint everything and calculate everything. But it's more than $40,000 that for the 3 years that I've been with him. And like I said, you can see some that I posted online. I wanted to make a point, and because I saw your video, I saw the interview, and I said, I'm not going to let him get away with saying that I didn't give nothing. Everything he say that is a lie, I will give you the proof. I will give you the evidence. not because I'm trying to fight him or tarnish his image. It's just me, basically me saying that, what a liar. This is not what it is. And that's what I'm proving, because I'm not the kind of a person that he's making it to be. But I will make people know who he is right now, because he scammed me, sir. And that is the truth.
Okay. He said you were married 3 times before him, that he was your fourth husband.
Yeah. No.
What happened in the previous 3 marriages?
So,
and
married to my
hold on,
former.
I'm sorry. You know that's definitely not going to work in your favor, because here's my explanation. If you got it wrong 3 times previously, then he's going to say, so why is anybody blaming me? She got me wrong as well.
No.
Okay.
So I was, when I got married the first time, it's a long relationship, sir. A long, long relationship. But I traveled too much for my job. So it didn't work out, because I'm a road warrior. I'm in clinical research. If I show you my refrigerator right now, you see how many magnets. It's full from top to bottom of every places I've been to, because I travel that much. And that's the unfortunate part. I couldn't make it work because my ex-husband then traveled too. We're both in biotechnology. He's in bioengineering. I'm in clinical research. So it never worked. But we're best friends. We're good friends. So the next one, fiance. I had a fiance. It didn't work out because of COVID, and just pretty much the same thing. He's Nigerian, and it didn't work out because he got impatient. He wanted to do the NYSC. So, and he was pretty young as well. And, he wanted to have a career. And because we were waiting for the interview, it never came. Even though the paperwork came, it's just because of COVID. It was unfortunate that it never came. And he wanted to do his career at NYSC for him to be able to go to the UK. So that didn't work out. But I wasn't married to him. He was fiance. Then I met Kess. Kess is my second marriage. I wasn't married 4 times.
Oh,
Kess is second marriage. So I
oh,
don't know where he got that from. He knows my background. Sir, I've never lied to this man. I've given him everything. He knows my age, everything. He's got it. I don't know why he had to twist it to make it look like I'm a bad person and the reason why I didn't work out with this marriage, because he's the fourth. It's irrelevant. You're very much irrelevant, because a person can fall in love over and over. If it didn't work out with this person, they can marry, or they can marry even if it's 10 times. Why is that relevant? It shouldn't. What's relevant right now is that what he's doing is continuously digging holes for the lie. But he's my second marriage. I've had other relationship that it didn't work out, obviously. So life goes on. Why is that a limitation, or why is that a question? If you fall in love with somebody else, if you're not married, you'd want to marry that person. Why not? And if that didn't work out, life goes on. If you want to just have a fiance or lived in, why not? So that's, for me, I'm sorry to say, very irrelevant for him to even bring that up. Oh, like she's been married 4 times. That's why nobody wants her. They return her. So she's rejected. So here she is again, doing it to me. And then I think that's what he was trying to convey. And that's just flat out wrong, because it's not relevant. Yeah, second marriage failed. Do you think I'm going to marry the 3rd time? I don't know. I don't know. I, right now, am fixing myself, trying to heal for what was done to me. I'm traumatized and I'm angry. I'm very, very angry for what this man has done to me. No joke. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't want to think of love. I don't even want to think of moving forward. I just need to be by myself and figure out my life without having to deal with a man who will scam me again or cheat on me.
Let us talk about what led to the final breakdown of the marriage that brought you to social media to complain.
Okay. So, like I said, I saw this text on the phone. I bought him this phone, the iPhone, and I'm paying for the service. I have an iPhone. We have an identical phone. I came down to see what is really happening, because when June and July I was in Nigeria, I noticed something different. I noticed that his roommate will keep calling him in the middle of the night, knowing that we're spending time together. She will interrupt literally everything.
Roommate? Did you say
Yeah,
roommate?
his roommate is Christy O is his roommate. Christy O is his roommate. Since last year of September, they got together to be a roommate at that Fairview estate, along with her sister on the bottom. She's on top, you know, literally on top, my husband, and then supposedly the other room is for Kess's sister. Unfortunately, Kess's sister couldn't move in because she decided to continue her education after her bachelor's degree as a nurse. So she decided, like, you know what, let me finish this 1 year and then I'll move in. But lease is up already, so she's not done with school. So meaning that it's just Kess, Joyce is her sister, and Christy O. And why do I know that? I was just there recently. I stayed at their place. I stayed at their place. And there's a text in there you can see. I'm sure you know, he said there, I'm sure you're happy I'm leaving, shaking my head. And she responded with, why do you think that? You know, you guys going to a hotel, I want you guys to stay here so that you don't have to spend in a hotel so you can get more money. And he said, I just don't like this new behavior, this attitude. If I didn't post that in there, I have it, you know, because he was complaining that he had to leave the house for us to go to the hotel because I couldn't stand it
Oh,
anymore.
oh,
She will
okay, okay,
bend.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway,
So let's get this clear. In America, a roommate, in Nigeria, what a roommate means is two people living in one room. In Nigeria, a flatmate or
oh, flat.
flatmates.
Okay, so it's a
Okay,
flatmate.
so let's get the wording correct.
Yeah.
You are suggesting that Kess and Christy O are flatmates.
Yes, they are.
Okay. But not that they were dating, they were just flatmates.
Secretly, I'm sure by now with the text that I posted, they are. They were. Or they are right now. They live together right now. I mean, I've seen videos of them posting and stuff that, you know, the room that he was talking you from, that is his room. That's the other room on the left side with a great panel or the great board. On the right side is another room of Kess with a red headboard. And then on the other side of that is Christy O's room. And how do I know that? Because I stayed there, like I said. I arrived September 7th. Kess didn't want me to get a hotel so that I can save money because he needed money for the rent to renew the lease. So I stayed there almost 2 weeks of saving money for us not to pay for hotels. So, but I couldn't stand her attitude. She would walk around in lingerie going up and down the stairs while me and my husband are sitting on the couch. And I brought that up to Kess. You know, there are times that she's wearing skimpy clothes and I can see that he's watching her. I'm watching him and looking, and he's looking at her, observing her. And I've just gotten so fed up. They get into an argument, door slamming. And, you know, sometimes I would want to come downstairs with him, and he refused for me to come downstairs. Why? What do you have to hide that I can't go downstairs? Because she's downstairs. So I have no reason to lie. I've shown in there their apartment number. I've shown in there that, you know, that's where he stays. And I don't even know the reason why he would lie like that. The whole neighborhood knows, the whole estate knows they stay there. The whole freaking home, I mean, housemates from Big Brother visits there. And I even have videos that shows that at one point we were all there. So I don't even know the reason why he had to hide that. I think it's because her parents are pastors and maybe they don't know that they live together. You know, they don't know. All I know is that they live there together, they're roommates, and because I was there last year, you know, and I was there this year. The lease was signed last year, and the documentation in the paper, it was signed by Kess. Cassiena signed on it with his signature that is a whole year. The picture that I saw in his car didn't have the lease, but it had the whole receipt that is 3.8 million that was from last year to this year with her name on it. But that's pretty much where Kess lives. Because I posted a WhatsApp that, you know, we're having something delivered, and, you know, he posted the address in there where the item should be delivered. So as God is my witness, That is where they live, and they are roommates. And I don't know why he would deny that from you. I mean, to you. They are.
Because I asked. Now I don't know who to believe because he said they were not roommates and you're saying they're roommates. So I guess we'll like to see some receipts from either side to say that. And you said you had a problem with her wearing lingerie. Lingerie as in proper lingerie or just underwear
And
around the house?
lingerie, like a very short shorts lingerie for sleeping, a pajama that, you know, very skimpy tank top of lingerie. When I say lingerie, it's where you pretty much sleep on it. It's a pajama. She would wake up in the morning, would be downstairs, and she would come down like that. And you know, she even posted herself in the lingerie on her video in her Instagram. So, you know, pretty much, you know, now that I think about it, maybe that's why my husband got seduced, you know, because that's how she walks around the house. And I questioned my husband about that. And he pretended that he didn't see. I said, what lingerie? I didn't see her. I didn't look at her. I was watching TV. So, like, again, you know, as God is my witness, why lie about being roommates when you know you are roommates? All the neighborhoods there, everybody around knows that they live together. They see them together. They go out together. They come home late at night together. You know, even her own boyfriend, or I don't know if they're still boyfriend, knows that they live there. You know, that they live together. You know, I'm talking right now with all honesty. Why deny that? Why? I don't understand. Why deny that? I lived there for 2 weeks. She's upstairs. We're upstairs. We have the same house. She comes home. She eats. We go to sit down together in the living room. They play Ludo or whatever that is. We watch TV. We watch Big Brother because it was at that time the All Stars, right? So I don't understand what's the reason to lie that they're not roommates when they are. You know, that picture that I took, sir, of the lease letter, that was in his glove compartment. Glove compartment. You know, I don't know how much more of these lies that he's going to do. Somebody's going to eventually speak that they do. You know, neighbors or even the housemates. I don't have a reason to lie. The fact that I lived there for almost 2 weeks. So I don't understand. Because where would I have been staying? To be honest with you, I can prove this right now. Where would I have been staying? We got the hotel like 2 weeks later. So I can show you the hotel receipt, you know, pretty much of everything. Because 2 weeks prior to the hotel, everything that when I got pissed off, when I threatened her, I don't want this. Because I'm seeing her walking around. She's intervening our family time between me and my husband, basically, is what I'm saying. Our private moment interrupted. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that. Kess, come down. Farm Savi is here. You know, and I'm only there for a short time. I wanted to spend time with my husband. She's always trying to pull him out. And that's what I got fed up. I said, you know what? I'm going to a hotel. And that's what we did. Yeah. But they're roommates. And I swear
What
to
was
you,
your relationship with Christy O like?
very negative. Because I've been confronting her since last year. Are you my husband? And I'm sorry to use the F word. Are
No,
you having
yeah,
a
you
relationship
can't.
with my husband?
Yeah, you can't use
Yes.
that.
Thank you. Are
Uh-huh.
you having a relationship with my husband? No, I have a boyfriend. At one point that I'm so irritated and so angry that her manager actually set up a time for us to speak on the phone. Her manager called me and said, nothing is going on. And I said, I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. So she set up a time for us to talk and on the phone with a group of people, you know, in their neighborhood, you know, we were talking. There was the people that was there is, you know, the manager, the sister, and there's two other people that I don't know. And, you know, I was asking her, are you having sexual relations with my husband? No, I'm not. I have a boyfriend. Why are you saying this? Now this is going to affect me, you know? And I said, I hope you don't tell Kess that I'm asking you this. Oh, I'm going to tell Kess because he needs to know that you're doubting him, that you're doubting us, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, okay. So with whatever she confirmed with me, I took it. But it caused an argument with my husband and I. For a week, we did not talk to each other. And I think that's what she's wanting to do, is for us to fight. so we don't talk. So they have more time. So, but we fixed it. We fixed it. And here I am. I arrived again around June to be with my husband. She didn't like that. So she was interrupting phone calls after phone calls after phone calls, Snapchat after Snapchat, even late at night, at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then the one thing that pissed me off the most is that she called my husband while we were sleeping for asking for his debit card. Asking for his debit card. Why? Why would you ask for my husband's debit card for you to use? So that caused an argument. And he couldn't explain that to me. Why is she requesting the debit card? And then that's when I, pretty much from then, that point on, I've been checking his bank account to see what's really happening between these two. They would go to dinner together. She would use the ATM. She would use it for whatever. And I've noticed that it's all going to Christy. Transfer to Christy O. Transfer to Christy O. A little bit here and there. That's why I started doubting. Even for her birthday, like I said, my husband took out $150,000 from the business, transferred it to his OPay. And he did tell me the $50,000 he sprayed for her birthday. But I felt like the other $100,000, because she was complaining $100,000 was taken for her bank, and I was there sitting on the couch, and she wanting Kess to call the UBA bank for her to talk about $100,000, and I think it was just a ploy, like fake, because Kess is holding $150,000, and it was her birthday party that needed to be paid for. So I don't care anymore about that. But what I'm saying is the truth. These two people are roommates. She lives there. There's a lease, and that's pretty much what it is. And everybody knows the neighborhood. So I don't know why lie. Why lie?
Okay.
So that
Let me play devil's advocate here. What if, because he said you're a psychologist and you're manipulative.
Yes. He's always said
So now you are giving me, I may be wrong, and please answer for, you know too much of his text message, were you spying on him at any point?
Yes, I am. And that's not being denied. I'm not ashamed of it. I am his wife. I am his wife. And I felt like there's something going on. I needed to find out for my peace of mind. He kept denying. He was playing mind games a lot. You have to kind of figure things out when you have a relationship and you have a feeling in your gut that something is wrong. You want to find out. And all throughout this time, I've been finding things after things in his phone every time, from the beginning of our marriage to the middle of our marriage to like where we at now. He tries to hide it, but yes, maybe I went a little too far investigating, but because I want peace of mind. Is that a crime? I'm not trying to manipulate this conversation. That's what we're trying to get at. I'm a smart person. I am a doctor. I'm very smart. But one thing I don't like in my life is someone who's fake with me, who's not really telling me the truth. And I don't think he's ever told me the truth. And that drove me to the next level, to find out, what is he hiding from me? So not so much to find out just because I want to find out, to find out so that I can leave if I'm not the one he really wants. And this is my conversation with Cassiana all the time. When every other time that I notice something, do you truly love me? I will always ask me that, you love me. Am I the only one? Yes. Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question so we can have perspective. Did you see, apart from the lingerie, sometimes some women, I'm not making any excuses for anyone, but sometimes some women would walk around the house without wearing much. But for you to establish that there was a relationship between the two of them, you'd have to probably see a text message,
No.
a WhatsApp message.
No,
a used protection or something?
no, not like that. I will tell you exactly right now what I have a feeling about. When he was in South Africa, I was I called him on a video. It was late at night. He was bundled up under the bed on this side. There's movement on the right side. I see a pillow moving. I'm like, who's there with you? He turned the phone towards me. It's like, nobody, it's me. I'm moving it with my foot. If your foot is moving, your foot should be on the end of the bed. Why is your pillow moving up there and the blanket is being adjusted? That's one. Again, I'm his wife. We do video calls a lot. He F's up a lot. Sorry to say that. I see things.
Mm,
In the most recent moments of my time with this guy, I would call video call or he would call me video call. But then
mm,
she would walk in his room. The door is locked. Why are you in my husband's room? Because his eyes. And then I hear her voice. I'm like, what? There's no boundaries. But also, most of the time, like I said, I would call him on video, caught him off guard. He, he would have the phone like this to hide. And then when he do this and he's following, your eyes. Yes, I see it that he's following. Like, who are you? Who is leaving the room? And there are times that I would see her head wrap on next to his bed because I called video. She would leave. So all these things that I've been discovering as a video caller, we don't text much. I'm not a texter. I really don't like texting, but we video call a lot. Every phone call, video call, video call. We're like set on schedule because I go to work and that's pretty much what it is. So but I've discovered so many of his activities that I started thinking, what is this? Why is she in his room?
mm,
If she's just a flat, why is she in his room? She's just a flatmate. Why would you go, knowing that he's talking to his wife on a video call, why would you walk in his room? Doesn't make sense to me as a married couple. We're married. I didn't have a choice to be for her to be in a roommate because I begged for him to get a male roommate. I begged, but he won. He won it that way. But also, like
mm,
I said, everything that he was doing as when we do video call, I've noticed more and more and more. And he would always say, "Oh, you're insecure," or "You're just a jealous
mm,
person."
mm,
A wife, when they see something, I'm a wife, not a girlfriend, sir. I'm a wife who calls my husband every day. We talk every day. When I notice something, I notice those things. Not because I'm insecure, but I'm seeing something. I'm feeling something. And that's what triggered me to really look into that phone in the
mm,
mid-September, September 26th, because I really want to know what's happening. And like I said, the first thing that I saw when I retrieved those recovered texts, and again, like I said, I gave him that phone. I'm paying for the services. To be honest with you, right now in the court of law, if I decide to request that from my lawyer to have it subpoenaed, to have those printed, all of the texts, every conversation, every phone call he made. As a matter of fact, I do. I have statements of every phone call he makes, how long he's been talking, because I'm the one with the statement. I pay for that phone service. He doesn't know that I can see everybody he's calling, how long he's been on the phone. But the text messages, sir, because it's United States, that number he has on that iPhone is American number because it's my phone, my service that I pay for. I pay for his phone. I pay for the monthly service on it. But if I have to ask my lawyer to have that subpoena to get all those text messages and however it is, will be approved for me to prove in the court of law that he's been very dishonest, adultery. So anyways, that's pretty much, I'll go to the extent. He doesn't know that I could do that. I can. Unfortunately for him, it is my phone. It is my service. It's United States service of a phone provider that we can do that.
mm. Okay, let's talk about the miscarriage and why did you announce it to the public? Because he complained about
I
that.
did
He said
not.
his
I did
family did not his family did not know that you had a miscarriage
not.
and you announced to the public.
Not
Throw
true.
some light on that, please.
That is not true. So I'm talking about this on with what do you call it? A handler for his account. That during that time I was upset because I noticed that you know, I don't know about contents and I don't know about Big Brother, but during that time, I noticed that he was doing some stuff or things are being done to him by the girls. And, you know, they said it was just for contents. I don't know what contents mean. I don't know what Big Brother is, but he told me that he's not going to do anything bad. I noticed Pina was grinding on him in the swimming pool or by the swimming pool. That triggered me. You know, after all, like during that time, I'm grieving. So I reacted on Facebook. The handler was like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? And I said, because I'm going through so much right now already as it is that my son, this is what I have to deal with. You know, that went into the other blog, the other WhatsApp, where I had to open up with, you know, with his other handler. That alone, I was stopped by his brother. I said, stop, don't say that. The next day, there is a apology in Twitter. I don't have access to his Twitter. His brother went to Twitter, and there's this whole spill of a letter. You know, it is her deepest regret that, you know, Kez's wife had a miscarriage, but this shouldn't affect, her health. She's fine. Don't worry about her. She's fine. Let's focus on Kez. Kez needs our support right now. You know how devastated I was, like, to see that on Twitter? And then he asked me to make a video of it. I was asked and forced to make a video that I pretty much had.
Forced. You used the
That's not
word
true.
forced. Tell us about it. You were forced?
Yes.
By who?
Every day. Are you going to do the video? Are you going to give me $1,000 for, what do you call that? Campaigning for, I don't know the word, but, you know, for people to put it on their phone number to vote. So I forgot the word, what it's called, but he's asking 1,000 for the campaigning. And I just buried my son, our son, my son, and Kez's son. So, and then during that time, you know, I was very, very angry.
How old was the pregnancy when you lost the pregnancy?
8.5. The baby was 8.5 months.
I'm sorry, my condolences.
So I was forced to make a video, but it wasn't a miscarriage. And I can guarantee you that it wasn't a miscarriage because he was born with a cord wrapped around his neck and trying to come out of me. They didn't want to cut me because I'm diabetic. They were worried that my A1C at that time was so high, it was more than 10. For them to cut me, that would cause an infection and I might not live. So it was a call that the doctor had to do. His heartbeat was fluctuating down, cord was wrapped around the neck, so they had to force the baby out of my. He didn't make it. Anyways, he wanted to make sure that
done in America or in Nigeria?
I'm here in America. They thought that I was in Nigeria, left to be cared by his family. You know, his family is in Nigeria. I was home. I was with him in May before he went in, but then I went home because I was at that time 7.5 months. So I can still fly, or 7 months rather. But anyways, from that point on, I was being forced to do a video because to explain the letter that I had a miscarriage. But that wasn't the case. As you can see, I don't know if you see my video, it's still probably out there, that I did not have a miscarriage. Baby died in my arms. And that's the reason why I was upset. And going back, and I know you're going to ask me this, the contact to BBN, right? Okay. So the big brother was notified. In my culture, if two parents are alive, that parents needs to be notified whether if they're not together, to at least pray for the soul of the unborn child. My request to BBN at that time is to notify. Actually, let me straighten this back. It wasn't straight to BBN. It was his handler who has access to BBN because his brother is Miracle, the winner before. And he was one of the handlers for Kess. So I contacted him and I asked him, what do I do? This is Miracle's brother I'm talking to, the winner. And I said, I need to notify Kess that our son didn't make it. And he said, let me see what I can do. When he came back to me, he said, this is what you could do, and provided an email to me. So that email I used to notify that, hey, my son, Kess' son, can you just let him know, please, so he can pray? I never said anything that, hey, that he should be kicked out right now. I want him home because I'm not there. I'm here in the United States. He doesn't have a visa to come to the United States. It wouldn't do any good, right? So I just said, I just need him to know and for him to pray for this, you know, for the soul of our son. That's all I said. I don't want him out. Where would he go? I'm here in the United States and he's there in Nigeria doing this thing. So that's pretty
Okay.
much what he was right there.
All right. A lot of people are misunderstanding the statement you made about Miracle. They think you said Miracle is Kess's brother. Please clarify.
Miracle is the winner before in Big Brother, correct? Right?
Yes.
So this Miracle is the winner of Big Brother before. His brother is the handler for Kess.
So Miracle's brother was handling or the handler for Kess.
Yes.
So guys, let's get that in proper perspective. Now, we were told or we assumed that there was more than one miscarriage. By the way, my condolences for your dearly departed son. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank
So
you.
were there more than one of such?
This year. I was with him December, correct? For his birthday. Okay, December. So I got pregnant before I left, you know, we made love. Of course, we made love. So January, I got pregnant. So January, February, March, April, 4 months into it. The 4 months is waiting for stress, very stressful work, very stressful situation with, you know, knowing something happened in February with Kess and, you know, his roommate. So that was very stressful for me. I wasn't strong enough that I had a miscarriage.
Mm, mm,
That one is a miscarriage. The first one was born by delivery because of the cord. The second one is miscarriage that I notified, you know, basically no one and his family again because they don't care, you know. But the reason why I traveled to Kess is because I needed to let him know in person what happened. And we talked about that. I told him what happened. You know, I walked in flat stomach. He sees that, picking me up at the airport with very flat stomach. So, you know, and he questioned me, what happened? I thought that, you know, we are into the 4th month or so. And I'm like, yeah. And I explained that to my husband. We cried. I cried. We talked about it. And that was the second one. And I feel like I'm done. I don't think I can anymore. If that's going to keep happening, I don't want to be. But we tried again last month.
mm.
So now here we are. Here we are. And I don't know if I'm pregnant or not. Hopefully not, you know, but I have a doctor's appointment next week. And if I am, I can guarantee you I will have.
Woo.
That's how angry
Now,
I don't want to any part of me with Kess. So if I am, and we discussed this before, actually in the middle of the month or like almost at the end of the month, I was having a lot of reaction. I was having pregnancy issue or something that I know my body, I know me as a woman, and I know what I feel. And I was telling him on the couch, I said, I think you may have gotten me pregnant again. I get pregnant easily. I think you may have gotten me pregnant again. And we were discussing. He said, I'd like to. We were in the elevator and I said, Kess, I really feel dizzy. I'm dizzy, like spinning. And I said, what is this? I said, what if I'm pregnant? And he answered, I'd like to. I'm like, and I swear to God, with my right hand up, swear to God, cross my heart, hope that that's a conversation that existed between me and my husband. So I don't know right now, but I'm hopefully not. I'm praying that not. So I just like to move forward. But that's the conversation about that pregnancy. And that's pretty much where we at. Yes, I had a second miscarriage in the end of April. Was with him like almost like the last week of May. That's when I arrived all throughout. Yeah, so I was with him. During that time, I couldn't get pregnant because it was so new to the miscarriage that I'm very, very much protective of me getting pregnant. So, you know, I was under the birth control pills for that. Then I went off because it was giving me palpitations around like August. I got off the pill and here I am, September, making love to my husband. And my biggest worry is like, okay, what if I get pregnant again? And you know, again, we make love, so things may happen, but I didn't realize that September 26th, I'm going to see those texts because I was giving him the benefit of the doubt that maybe they're just friends, maybe they're just flatmates, like what he's saying that, you know, is denying. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and I wanted to work on our relationship, our marriage.
Mm.
But September 26th changed all that because I saw all those texts and more than enough than what I needed to see. And it kept repeating in my head everything I saw to the point right now. Oh, I'm using the phone. I still have it on my phone.
Okay. One final question, and I'll open up the floor for the public to ask you one or two questions over a 5 to 10 minute period.
Sure.
My very first question to you is, what's the age difference between the two of you?
20 years.
How old are you?
50. I just turned 50.
50.
Yes.
And how old is Kess? 30.
30.
You don't look 50, by the way.
Thank you.
50 is, wow. Okay. Do you think it is still safe for you to have kids at 50?
Yeah, I mean, Holly Berry had baby after 50, and there's women who are healthy and can, as long as you have a menstruation, you can get pregnant. You know, I'm a vegetarian, you know, I eat veggies, and, you know, besides having asthma and diabetes, it's, yeah, like I get checked
How
by the
old
doctor.
were you when you discovered you had diabetes, type 1 or type 2?
Type 2, I'm type 2.
Okay,
10
that
years ago,
means, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because I used to bodybuild. I used to work out all the time, like, you know, trying to get muscles and everything. I'm in my day, like I'm a cheerleader, so I'm always tumbling, always in sports. I'm a varsity in volleyball, so, you know, that's my life, sports. And so I've always been, you know, okay, but until the part of having diabetes and stuff, yeah, that made it difficult. But
But if
medication is what
you were athletic and you were working out and you were a vegetarian, how did you get diabetes type 2?
I don't know. The same thing with my, you know, my other brother who's very, very healthy also. I think it's hereditary because both parents are diabetic. So yeah. But other than that, it's like, you know, it's hereditary that to have type 2. And no matter how healthy you are, if you eat healthy enough. But, you know, back then too, still, I love cakes. So I was blaming it on the cakes, but maybe that's why. But after that, you know, turn it around, turn your lifestyle around, start working out, running, and healthy, you know, eating healthy. So my ex-husband is a raw vegetarian, nothing cooked, raw vegetarian, meaning that everything is eaten the way it is. So, and that's pretty much the household environment. It's like vegetarian. And
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
so, yes, I'm 50 years old with 2 children. He knows that when he married me, the marriage license was there. I didn't deny anything. He's got a copy of my passport, you know. Like he made it sound like, oh, this is so new to him. I don't know why. I don't know why pretend when you have proof, copy of passport, copy of marriage license. He's the one who signed it. He's the one who submitted the form. And he called me and asked me, what's your birthday? How old are you? Okay, written down everything. Why all of a sudden it's like, whoa, she's 50? Like, yeah, I can still get pregnant. I have menstruation.
Mm.
He knows I'm pregnant last year. You know, because there was with pictures and videos, and then this year again, I sent him the form from the doctor. Here's the proof that, you know, it's not just saying like, hey, Kess, I'm pregnant. I give him proof from what the doctor gave me. I sent that to him through WhatsApp. Here, screenshot. Here, you want me to email it to you? I don't know, sir, but I've always been right there. Straight shot. You want proof? Here you go. You want to see me pregnant? Here I am. You know, you're making love to me while I'm pregnant. You can tell there's a stomach and there's a bump. Uh, you know.
Mm. Mm. mm, 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 mm.
Look, I'm not trying to
Okay.
my husband is a liar. You know, I think the I'm trying to find an excuse that maybe he forgets things, but
Mm,
to make me look bad, like I just didn't tell him anything at all. He knows everything the moment. Even before he asked me to be his girlfriend, there's a video call that we were doing, and my children, or introduced him. Hey, this is Kess from. There's no, lies or anything. Up front, I was honest. Up front, he knew before he even asked me to be his girlfriend. So
mm,
that was several years ago. So
mm. Okay, I'm going to invite a couple of people. I'm going to invite Pepper Room, but the rest of the people I'm going to invite are guys. If you remember when Kess came, I invited only women so that the questioning would be balanced. But because Pepper Room was there with Kess, I just sent her
that was
a
several years
message.
ago.
Pepper Room,
Hey, Daddy, please, I'm in bed, oh. Hi.
wake up and put on the lights.
Ah, God, I beg. Hello.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alpha.
All right, I'm fine. Hey, Angel.
Hi.
I'm
Okay.
sure you remember
I don't
Pepper
really have
Room
any
Angel
questions.
from the Kess's interview.
I don't really have any questions, Daddy, please, because I feel like she answered everything I needed to know, you know.
Hmm.
So, okay, can you please tell us a little more about how his family blamed you for him being evicted from the house? Can you tell us more about that, please?
So
Hmm.
when, like I said, during the eviction time, I didn't even know he was evicted, to be honest with you, because I wasn't online most of the time because I was grieving. I was notified by his handler, Miracle's brother, called me on the phone and said, "Guess who got evicted?" And I was like, "Kess?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I was like, "Oh man," And then from there, I said, "When can I talk to him?" But, he said it might take a day or two before they can give him back the phone. So I called his sister and I said, "Hey, I heard about Kess, and man, we tried. We tried." But, he didn't say nothing right away to me. But this came about a few days later when Kess was already on the phone with me, called me. It took like a matter of 3 days for him to call me because one, the psychologist tried to separate him. They had to talk to him first. And then second day, they got the phone. The third, he didn't want to call me. The third day, he called me from the hotel. And it was hard to talk to him because there was somebody in there because they collect the phone. And I felt uncomfortable opening up. But we had an argument. And, he said, "My brother said this, my sister said this, my friends were texting me." And with that, I got defensive. So I called the family. I said, "What is this?" I said, "Did you guys not see me doing a video and campaigning for him? Why would you say that I deliberately," he said, "that called everybody and put it on Facebook not to vote for him?"
Hmm.
That's not
Hmm.
true. Because if I did that, why would I be campaigning for him in a video? I love him, water, everything. I explained everything that what I went through and that he should be voted until 72 days. I want him to win for the goal of winning the money back that they've been talking about so they can finish the house for his mother. So if I wanted him voted out, do you think I'll do anything? No. I wouldn't have done that video. I would have kept posting something on Facebook negatively. But they're angry that they're blaming me because of your drama, because of you talking about your baby. Can you imagine me being told my baby to
Hmm.
my face? Do you know how sad that is to be talked like
I,
that?
I know. I know.
Baby. So they're vexed, but I was more vexed because that's her grandson. That's their nephew. Or, it's like for me, oh my God, I must have been a horrible witch or wench for them to say my dead baby. That's Cass's baby too.
Hmm.
the fans didn't understand. And then I think this is the confusion part. Some of them think that he's with me, that he lives here in the United States. No, Kess never stepped foot in the United States. I'm in the United States. He's in Nigeria. People were saying, go home to your wife, Kess. She needs you now. She needs you now. A lot of the comments were like that. And I would jump in and said, he's in Nigeria. I'm in the United States. He's not here with me for me to come here. So please vote for him, is what I always explain. Even though, you know, like I said, forced to the video, but, you know, like I said, they just want to blame somebody. And he blamed me. Like I said, he said, you're the reason why I'm out. Why am I the reason when your statistic is so low, along with Farm Savvy? You know? And I didn't understand that. Like, they doing the statistic of it. So
I'm so sorry you went through that, and you're definitely not the reason why, you know, he left the house. My final question before I let you call other people that he faced is, when he came out of the house, how did he help you cope with the loss of your son? Was he there for you when he came out? What happened when he came out of the house?
When he came out of the house, you know, pretty much he was already very arrogant. I'm a celebrity now. You know, that's for him. He's like, I'm celebrity. I have an obligation with Big Brother. It's for me to go to tour, to go on vacation, and, you know, for me to be able to complete my interview. And I respected that. That's why I didn't come for my birthday last year. So, and then with that, you know, he knows that our baby died, but he didn't want to bring up the baby. He didn't want to say something, even though I was telling him, this is where he was buried. You know, this is what I've done. This is how much I spent. $12,000 for the funeral, the cemetery, and everything. And all he focused on was himself. It was all about himself. And I think that was his coping mechanism. So I didn't question it. I just allowed him to grieve on his own or deal with it on his own. But he was partying nonstop, going to the clubs nonstop. And to the point that, you know, he wants to get a place, like I said, an apartment. And even that, you know, he was forcing me to do. And when I found out that he was going to be roommates with her, I didn't want to give them money, because I said, I will get you a place. I will get you a place. And to be honest with you, I forgot to say this. This lease that he just renewed, I offered $7 million for us to get our own place. I said, look, if I have to sell some assets and stocks right now, let's get our own apartment, 1 bedroom, you know, condo or apartment for you and me. I said, for you, if I go home while we're waiting for your petition, at least you have your own place. And if I come back, at least I don't have to pay for a hotel. You know how much I pay for a hotel each month that I'm here? I mean, I'm there. It's about $2,000 to $2,500 is what I spent on hotel. If you to convert the 2,500 to 2,500 of hotel costs, that's a down payment already for an apartment, right? So I told him, why don't we just get our own place? And eventually he said no, because it's too hard to start over, that I have to spend this and spend that. You know, the reason why he didn't really want to move is because that's when I realized it's because they're having a relation at home. That's why he wants to stay. I offered up to 7 million naira for us to get our own apartment, so I have a place to stay. He denied that. He declined it.
Let's talk about the 1.5 million naira. Thank you, Pepe Room. You said that was your final question. I'm so sorry for waking you up at this time of the morning, but because you were part of the original one. Oh, guys, sorry, I forgot to announce. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen and pop my money guns and follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. Now, I want to ask you a final question. There was a 1.5 million naira story. Tell us about that.
Okay. So at that time, at September 30th, when I was explaining this on my video, he was fighting with me in the morning. That the moment he woke up, you know, I'm here, I'm on top of him, kissing him, hugging it, everything sweet, because he heard me crying on the couch. So instead of him noticing more that I'm depressed, I changed, and I just like, you know what, you know, I don't want him to notice this. So I went to the bed and I said, I'm hugging him, kissing him, and like, would you like some breakfast? And he said, no, I'm not hungry right now. I have no appetite right now. Okay. So we're like, you know, kissing him, hugging him, and I'm on top of him. And he checked his phone, and then that changed everything. Big change like that. Angry, vexed. I'm like, what's wrong? And then immediately he asked me for the money for the rent. And I explained already that I had to call the bank. I don't know how much I have, but I didn't really want to help him. And that's the honest truth. I didn't want to help him because I know that renewing the lease would mean that he would renew it with this girl and they would be together again for another year. So I'm trying to find an excuse for me not to give him the money, or else I would have given it already. Why not? I would have transferred already from my bank to him. But because I found out on the 26th that they've been having a relation, that changed the whole ball game.
How did you find out that they've been having relations?
The text, sir. I was on the phone.
What was on the text?
How was your interview? 6 hours later, I can't wait to you. Other messages. Oh, my are hard right now.
No.
But sir, it's in my Instagram. You can see all the text.
So he was sending this to her, or you are saying she was sending this to him?
They're back and forth communicating to one another.
But
Dirty
he
talk.
said you did Photoshop, that those were not real texts.
Like I said, I can have it subpoenaed and have a whole statement. How do you do that? Like, you know, you see her name on top and the conversation of dates, there's a date stamp. There's actually, you know, date stamp, September 12, September 14, I believe, you know, times like that. And conversation between them. If you see the timestamp, I have 25 screenshots. I wish I would have used a different phone so I can play it on my phone, what I'm talking about. There's a screenshot. When you're doing a WhatsApp, there's a screenshot of the time and the day. If it's Wednesday at this time. And they're talking about it. Oh, and she said, I don't like Kess. I like Tony because Tony's nasty, right? And then talk about that. Oh, I can't wait to do these, to F you mercilessly. Oh, I can't wait to lick your, you know, whatever. And these are the things, and these are the same thing that my husband used to do to me on the phone. He would text stuff like that. He likes that. I think that's what it is. He craves that. Or the fact that they're having a relation, he craves her because of all this. He's infatuated that this girl dress up, you know, is in the show, she's a celebrity. It's an infatuation, just like the other girl. Same thing, infatuation. I'm his wife. How exciting is that? He already has me. So I don't think I'm ugly, but I don't think he's turned on by me. So maybe it's my white skin that I glow in the dark. So, you know, I'm trying to make a joke out of this too for amusement, but there's no way that you can Photoshop a conversation like that. And even people say it's a conversation, but look at the fact that I'm saying these are them talking to each other. We wouldn't be in this situation right now, sir, if I did not see those texts. If I just decided to, let's say, for the sake of, you know, benefit of the other people doubting this, if I made that, why would I do that? Do I want to leave my husband? No. I came back to Nigeria to work things out with my husband, to spend time with my birthday with him. I love my husband more than anybody. Before you disappeared, all those pictures disappeared on our Instagram. It's a love story. Even though that he may have not been 100% committed with me, it's a love story. Why would I want to make things up like that, that for me to destroy this marriage when I'm working things out with my husband? Where I could be possibly, like I said, pregnant right now. I'm not stupid, but I've been stupid enough, long enough to put up with all these lies and uncommitment that he's given me. I wouldn't be, what do you call that, what you said, Photoshop. Where do I find the time to do that? When I'm here, when I'm there in Nigeria, with next to my husband, watching a movie, eating together. You know, the only time I get a break is when I go to the restroom or the bathroom, back again in his arms. When? Or for half the time I'm asleep. You know, he's saying it's Photoshop. He doesn't want to find out that he committed adultery because from what I found out, committing adultery in Nigeria is jail time or fined. When I've given my husband ample time, if you don't love me anymore, if you don't want to be with me, just tell me. I will leave like I never existed in your life. Just tell me the truth. Every conversation was like that. If you don't want me anymore, let me go. I keep saying, let me go if you don't want me no more. If you want someone else, if you want a Nigerian woman, then let me go. As simple as that, sir. But the fact of the matter is, I discovered that September 26th, and that rattled my life, because that means that whatever I was praying for, the truth, the way, and the light to show me, for God to show me the truth that I've been feeling in my gut, was right there all along. You know, like I said, after the, oh, good luck with your interview, and then followed with the next 6 hours later was text from Kess to her, I can't wait to F you. I was stuck on that word for a while, and here's my husband asleep, and I'm looking at that word. I didn't cry. I was so shocked that here's the answer. That for me, I found out relief that I know what I know. There's no way somebody, no wife will say, let me just screenshot this and do this. I screenshot those things from his phone. That is an evidence at first, but for me to read it, you know, on my private time, and as more I read it, the more I read it, it made me angry. Why did he do this to me?
Okay.
So,
We've been at this for over an hour. So I'm going to just ask you one more question. Do you want to reconcile with your husband?
No. How will I
Are you saying this because you are hurting, or do you really, or are you really tired of the relationship? Is there no place in your heart?
He's always in my heart.
It's okay. It's okay. Just be strong.
I'm very angry. I love this man so much. Why would he do that to me? Someone who's been there for him from day one, loving him, fighting for everything, went through hell and back. Why? Why would he do this to someone like me, kind-hearted, loving, and everything? What did I do to him? And I always ask him, is this a payback because of Big Brother? That's not fair. Because every day I tell him, he's my life. He's my universe. I text him those things people didn't see. Of course, I'm not going to show every text, but the things that my husband sends me is love stuff too. He will tell me how much he loves me. He will tell me story or poems. For that to be gone, for me not to be able to talk to my husband anymore, every day we talk. Every day. A woman destroyed our marriage. Maybe he's in love with her. Maybe he wants to move on. Maybe I was just a bank account. I don't know anymore. I love my husband more than life. I wanted to get old with him. So as I always say, I wanted to get old with him.
I'm so sorry about this.
The love I have for him was too much, I think. That's why he took advantage of that. Like, whatever he needs, I provided. I need this, okay. Like last month, baby, I'm broke. Can you send me? I did. Everything I'm giving to this man. Everything. I always tell him, everything I do it for you. Like the song. It's a beautiful love story. It's a beautiful time when I'm with him. It's beautiful. Why would I want to give that up until I saw that the gratification that, yeah, he's not committed to me? Why would I want to stay in a marriage where I'm getting stepped on over and over and over and being treated like I'm a piece of trash, like I'm nothing? A doctor, a clinical psychologist with 3 degrees, and not just 3 degrees, a good income. Loving, kind, everything. Why would a person do this to someone like me who's always been there for him and his family? You know how hurtful that is, that he did that to me with somebody else? You know how hurtful that is? It's my heart is broken, my heart is shattered, and I'm just not saying that just because for drama or she wants attention. I'm a human being. I'm a woman who is hurt that he did this to. Everything I say is the truth. I provided proof and I provided evidence just to conflict what he's saying. because what he's saying is not true. He's making me look back to make it look like, oh, that he didn't do nothing wrong. Nothing like that. No. Yes, it is. He committed adultery. He cheated on me. He's asking money from me. Money, money, money. I send it to him. I give it to him. Every other day I deposit for us. I gave this man my all. Some of you knows that. Some of you followed us from the beginning. Some of you know how much love there is, how much time and how much beautiful things are in my story, in his story. But why over one freaking girl would he just give that up and treat me the way he did? When he could just say, I'm sorry, I let you go. I fell in love with someone else and I love having time with her. You know what other painful thing is? He said that in that text, he said, this is torture. They watch you being alone and they burst my brain. He said, he's with me and he's thinking of her because I want to have sex with her. You know how painful it is for me to see that they burst his brain not to be with her, that he's with me and he's thinking of having sex with her.
Okay, my dear sister, I'm so sorry about everything. I don't know what to say. I was hoping you would want to be reconciled with him. So, but all I can say is, because I need to be as fair as possible to both parties. You've said your story. It's really sad what you went through, and just continue to be strong. Okay.
I'm trying very much. And all I could do is just
Okay.
talk to my family and friends and just try to heal one day at a time. But there's no way of going back because I don't ever want to be treated like the way he treated me again. No. No girls, no woman deserve this, sir. No one. Even a man doesn't deserve to be cheated on. If you're not happy, just go. Don't waste someone's life or destroy someone's life like he did mine. So it's not fair. Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay, my sister. It's okay. Once again, my condolence for the baby. May his soul rest in peace and continue to be strong. I think I'll just end the interview here because it's been very emotionally traumatic for everyone, even for those watching. Like I said, I'm not going to take any sides.
I understand, and
I do feel a bit of your pain because I can see you're genuinely hurting and you genuinely love him. You know, but I'm not going to say more than that. I'll leave it to the public to judge. Do take care of yourself. Okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right, guys.